today's Lady Flava TV show on Win TV. I am your host, Tina Williams, aka Lady Flava. In the studio with us today, our very special guest is African singer, musician, and songwriter Quay Soul. Welcome to the Lady Flava TV show. How you doing today, sir?
Thanks for having me. I'm good.
Awesome. It is definitely my pleasure having you as a guest on today's show. Quay Soul,
Yes.
you wear many hats. You are a master of ceremony. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Well, I would say I'm an acclaimed entertainer by the African Entertainment Task Force. I've practiced my art and hold the microphone mostly what I do with respect because I have the ability to solve all issues simultaneously with my lyrical and physical swag ability, simply sophisticated, lyrically emancipated. So in all genre music, poet, poem, master of ceremonies, acting the whole nine. If you cut me, I'll come through waving.
Oh man, very well said. Thank you so much for sharing that information with us. And you have been in the industry for quite some time.
Right.
How long have you been doing this?
Professionally, I would say about 2 decades, about 20 years now. But I feel like I've been doing this since I came out of my mother's womb.
Oh man, that means that he came out crying, and they
Yes.
always say a baby that cries a lot have a wonderful voice.
Oh, that's right. I used to cry a lot when I was a baby.
Very, very nice, Quay Soul. Wow, so you write your own music.
Correct.
And do you do like a good collaboration with other artists, or tell us about your journey as a musician?
Well, I've done few but very important collaboration with some legendary artists. Last year, beginning of last year, I had a pleasure, I would say a great pleasure of working with one of reggae ragamuffin legend called Coco T.
Oh my God.
Yes, I had a pleasure of working with Coco T on his new single that he had released, and he wanted a little twist on it. So he actually reached out to the management, and it was done, and it's been doing quite well.
Very, very nice.
And also I have had a collaboration last year too with one of Ghana's talented artists based in Worcester, Massachusetts, a young talented man named, I'll say boy, but man called Jehovah from Worcester, Massachusetts, and we have that song, and that song is doing as well too in Ghana right now.
Very, very nice. You're definitely a versatile artist, and I'm definitely looking forward to hearing both of those songs as well.
Okay. The videos are actually out. Not the one with Coco T, but the one with Jehovah is called Wara, and it was shot here in Hartford, Connecticut at Elizabeth Park, and the theme of the whole song, the story tells itself, even if you don't understand the whole the lyrical content or the entire music, it's quite explanatory if you watch the music video, and it's really good. So everyone should go watch it.
Very, very nice. And I had the opportunity to see that music video, and all I see is a lot of love and
Yes.
just harmony. And we're going to be airing that later on today's Lady Flava TV show. What inspired you to write that song?
Well, I'll start off by saying maybe Ghana or Ghanaian artists or Ghanaian bred artists are not quite, I don't want to say we outspoken, of course, to be a music writer. However, most of our songs are mostly about love and struggles. We don't really talk much besides love, basically. So, and I'm also a master of ceremony, and I MC at most weddings, and mostly I'm the guy with the humor, the guy with the jokes, and the whole nine. So Jehovah had actually sent me his side of the song, his verse, and then you know, I approached it with whatever I thought it would be appropriate for that to meet up with his verse, which was love, love, love.
Oh, man.
So basically in the video or in the song, I'm advising them about, you know, newlyweds, you know, what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. And mostly love, love, love.
Oh, man. Very well said. I had the opportunity to meet Quay Soul for the very first time at an event here in Hartford where he was emceeing or being a master of ceremony.
Correct.
Mrs. Patricia Ladybug, oh my gosh, I have to say it was a wonderful event.
Thank you.
Mr. Quay Soul touched me so much. I was like, wow, who is this gentleman? Where did he come from? Because his talent was just spectacular. It's almost like he's been doing it forever, like he said. I've been doing it since I came out my mom's womb. And I have to say, yes, he's very, very talented. And you'll see that for yourself as we air both of his music videos on today's TV show. We're going to take a little break right now so that you guys can view Mr. Quay Soul's first video with a artist by the name of Jay that you collab with.
Jehovah.
Jehovah.
Yeah.
Keep a look right here to Win TV.
Boy. Yeah, they can't pray so pimpin' les gens, Jehovah be da gia balfal. Yeah.
Put on mommy hangover, so baby girl you come over. You got me speaking gibberish, young girl. Put on mommy hangover, so baby girl you come over. You got me speaking gibberish, young girl. Mini waro, oh don't mini waro, oh don't mini waro, oh don't mini waro. My baby girl, just know that I'm in love with you. For better, for worse, I go follow you. And if you promise me, say you gon' love me forever, I go go on money and I go marry you. Hey, I go take off you personally, I go make you my priority. Man, I'm a one striker, Maliona Messi. I go take off you personally, I go make you my priority. Man, I'm a one striker, Maliona Messi. Mini waro, oh don't mini waro, oh don't mini waro, oh don't mini waro.
Yo, oi mama ukunu leg over. You for be sober. Or the bear why don't go back. Yeah, the boko bench shoulder, yo. Oi mama ukunu leg over. You for be sober. Or the bear why don't go back. Yeah, the boko bench shoulder, yo. Hey, ukunu near, one more the famano no part area near na joka see alone be your boom boom filler. Your number one lover, your bedroom. It's your mama ukunu leg over. You for be sober. Or the bear why don't go back. Yeah, the boko blame my bambi below.
Oh don't mini waro, 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 oh don't mini waro.
Oi mama ukunu leg over. You for be sober. Or the bear why don't go back. Yeah, the boko bench shoulder, yo.
Welcome back to Lady Flava TV show on Win TV. I am your host, Tina Williams, aka Lady Flava, and I'm here in the studio today with Mr. Quay Soul.
Hey.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the music video. Wow, Quay Soul, that is an awesome video.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And another thing I would like to talk to you about, you have another song entitled Brown Coffee.
Brown coffee, yes.
Very, very interesting song.
Thank
I've
you.
never heard anyone say brown coffee before. Always heard black
coffee, yeah.
Tell us about brown coffee.
Well, if you want to get to the nitty gritty of the word black, there's nothing really like a black human being. We are mostly brown,
Oh, man.
per se, in the physical form. We are only black when we want to get technical with the race and stuff. So this time I was addressing the physical entity of a woman, not quite, so I couldn't say black coffee, so that's why it's brown coffee. It's actually addressing the lady. It's not necessarily the lady in the video, but I'm addressing all black women under the sun.
Oh, man, that is absolutely beautiful. And it made me feel quite special, because a lot of times, I hate to say it, but they say that black women aren't beautiful. I mean, coming from Africa, I would say you probably see things from a different aspect. Because were you born in Africa?
I was born in Africa. I was born in Accra, Ghana.
Oh, very
nice.
Very, very nice. Because I would say that I'm from Jamaica, and
Okay.
a lot of us black people who were sold into slavery,
Right.
we were brainwashed. And
Exactly.
along the journey, we learn as dark-skinned black women not to love ourselves.
Right.
And we're told that we're not beautiful.
Right.
But you know what? Once I learned to embrace the African culture, I would have to say, wow, I'm learning more and more each day that us black women are beautiful.
We are.
Tell me your thoughts about that.
Like I saw a video of a lady going through New York City and interviewing people, especially people with black background per se, and most of the, excuse me to say, the most unenlightened people, not to throw an insult out there, but you could tell who's from who, and most people say, you know what, I'm not an African. I was born here in America. I'm an American. I'm from Brooklyn and this, so I'm not African. If you listen to Peter Tosh's, one of Peter Tosh's song, he says, it doesn't matter where you are from. You could be from Grenada, you could be from Canada, you could be from where have you. So far as you have the melanin, you are an African.
Yes.
And I have a quote that I made myself that
Wow.
if it wasn't for Africa,
Yes,
there
sir.
wouldn't be no black race. Is that correct?
I totally agree with you. I've heard some stories where there are some Native Americans that say that they had some black people originally from here, but I've seen photographs, and I really have to question, because when we go back into history, you have to really wonder. But you know what? I can only go by what I know,
What
per,
you know,
per
exactly.
se.
Well.
And I will say that I'm Jamaican, and most of the people that were sent to the islands did come from the eastern part of Africa. Am I correct? Or western?
Mostly from the western part of Africa.
Western part of
Yeah, of
Africa.
course. Remember, Ghana has the biggest. It's sad to say, harbor for the slaves, where they, that's where they went through. They have the castles, and it's like a big tourist attraction area in the western coast of Ghana. So yeah, so Ghana, most of the slaves, I would say, came from Ghana. That's why I had a little radio segment on Busy Radio, and my first program was, are all Ghanaians, we're all African. When we out here, we all African, we represent Africa, but sometimes we want to get technical. So are all or most Jamaicans from Ghana. And, I had some quite legible professionals that called in to attest and agree to it.
Very nice.
So yeah, well, most of the slaves came from Ghana and West Africa in general. to be precise.
Very, very nice. And it makes me feel a little bit closer to home hearing this because as a little girl, I was never really thought that. And coming here to America at the age of 10, we were taught African American history, but it does not bring us back to our roots. You know, it basically told you that you came from Africa and this is what life has been in America, being a slave. So, you know, it's beautiful to know that, yes, it's possible. I'm from Ghana, and our very special guest is from Ghana.
Yes.
And right now, we're going to air his music video, Brown Coffee, right here on the Lady Flava TV show.
To my RBGs, hey. Mini Yamaron, are you me I want, yeah. Le ramo porque esto bonita, es bonita porque amo. Por eso yo, brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. I call the girl I need, that with my team. Me no love you cause you pretty, pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me, no treat you undercover, yeah. Brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. My kind of girl. I love you cause you pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me no cheat you undercover. She gave me the sign, now she down to earth. She be pretty little girl, she the single on me son. She don't care for your beamer, always see my like ya Santiwa, the real queen mother, yeah. Maroon cafe me encanta. Por eso yo, she gave me the sign. She down to earth, like Queen Nicole. She be pretty little girl, like DJ. She the single on me son, like DJ. She don't care for your beamer, always see my like ya Santiwa, the real queen mother, yeah. Brown coffee, are you me and Anna? Me boo say me nana, so boo say me boma. Me say oh yeah my coma, oh shirt say me stroma, yo, yeah, yo. Brown coffee, are you me and Anna? Me boo say me nana, so boo say me boma. Brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. I call the girl I need, that with my team. Me no love you cause you pretty, pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me, no treat you undercover, yeah. Brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. My kind of girl. Me no love you cause you pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me, no treat you undercover. She from a different galaxy, no iPhone lady, no Facebook girl, no IG lady. Me always cook and she no drive me crazy now, yo. She from a different galaxy, no iPhone lady, no Facebook girl, no IG lady. Me always push and she no drive me crazy now, nah. Give me the one drop, DJ don't stop. My baby wanna dance, so put it on top. Pa derecho, adelante, izquierdo, atrás. Rock so, dip so, baby don't stop. Give me the one drop, baby don't stop. My baby wanna dance, so put it on top. Pa derecho, adelante, izquierdo, atrás. Rock so, dip so, baby don't drop now. Brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. I call the girl I need, that with my team. Me no love you cause you pretty, pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me, no treat you undercover, yeah. Brown coffee, no sugar, no cream. My kind of girl. Me no love you cause you pretty cause me love you. The whole world know me, no treat you undercover, yeah. Maroon cafe, me encanta, me encanta, yeah, yeah. Inspiration for cocoa butter, we can't get enough.
That was Quay Soul's video, Brown Coffee, and I really, really love the vibe. Was that video filmed in Africa?
Mentally, yeah.
Mentally, yes. I definitely.
But yeah, that's the whole idea. You know, we were trying to bring the tropical feeling to that video. I mean, considering the content of the music, it's gearing or projecting the beautiful blackness, which I prefer to use brown, but the beautiful blackness. So we try to bring the tropical feel, the home feel to it. So we actually shot it at Miss Kwame Beach.
Oh, very nice.
Right, and a location, a castle top location in Meriden, Castle Craig in Meriden, which gives, you see the mountains, you see the mountain top. And I want to reiterate something before we actually go to I know they just seen the video, and I want to bring something. The original song, it's with the real roots rock reggae rhythm.
Nice.
So with the video, the individual that shot the video, he's Spanish and he's an artist too. So he produced or worked with my producer named Mario Chief, which is Artie Cuban's son. Hi Artie, if you're watching me. Which is Artie's son. So he produced the reggaeton version and the reggae version as well, because he wanted to actually project his filming career towards his Spanish or Hispanic community. That's why that video has the reggaeton rhythm in it, but the original song is with like a really one drop reggae beats. However, music is music. It's the lyrical content and how it makes you feel and how it moves you. And I think it's quite a decent song.
Very well said, and I totally agree with you, sir. And I know that you have some new music that you will be releasing. Yes. Tell us about your new song.
My latest song. Latest still, it's Wara with Jehovah. However, the most recent one is called Mempina, which Mempina in Ghanaian language, in Ashanti language, happen to be an Ashanti. So in Ashanti language, it means simply, not to sound anything, simply in a good way, side chick.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
Yes. So, but it just, I know you're gonna ask me the inspiration behind that song.
Yes.
And I'm a happily married bloke, by the way, guys. So when I say side chick, sometimes it rings some kind of, but in a good way. Something actually happened. I was accused of something, and it actually took me a day or two to write that song, because the lyrics actually came to where everything happened, where I was accused of something that I had no idea. So I'm standing there and I'm like, wait. Almost everybody on social media knows me.
Yes.
And they know that usually I'm on social media to sell my craft.
Very nice.
However, my better half happens to be my manager, my director for most of my music videos. Even the video that she's saying, she's the one that directed it. She's the one that directed Wara and the whole nine. And she's mostly with me everywhere I go. She happens to be my assistant too, so it's like air. You can't do without it.
Oh man.
So I'm standing and I'm saying, well, everybody see me, she and I on social media, we everywhere. Even if she's not in the picture, she's in the background, controlling stuff. So what would I tell a woman if I'm going to try to make a pass? I probably would say, hello, I'm Kweso. I'm simply, I'm married. So would you want to be my side chick?
Oh my God.
And I don't think that's going to fly with any woman. So that song is based on experience, which happens not too long ago. Hasn't even been 2 months now, but it was so funny how I was accused and was going to cause some troubles, but it wasn't like a big deal, but most of my songs are from life experiences. It could be good and it could be bad. This was a bad accusation, but I got a really nice song from it. And the song is so great. I wasn't even going to put it out, but after I recorded it, everybody started singing the hook, and the perpetrator herself is singing the song too. Not the side chick, excuse me. Not the side chick, because I still don't know the side chick. But the first lady sings the hook, and she supports it. So I think it's a good song.
Oh man!
And it's currently trending back home in Ghana right now.
Very, very nice. And are you currently working on the video, or is the video complete?
Yeah, the video is shot already. We're just working on the finishing touches, because considering the title of the song and everything, we have to work on it very closely. It has to be a little over the edge a little bit. However, I deal with classiness, so we have to incorporate everything. So when people see it, it's a little, however, it's still classy, so we still have to put it all into consideration.
Very nice. And how can people reach out to you to learn more about Kweso?
Nowadays, just like I'm in public, somebody will ask for a pen. Like, who uses pen anymore? Nobody takes phone numbers from girls with a pen anymore. Just kidding. But, well, social media is, the name is simply Kwesoul, Kwesoul. Kwesoul. I'm quite fortunate enough to be Google friendly now, that when you type the KWES, my name will just pop up, and everything that concerns me will pop up.
Oh, man.
I'm still hoping that a side chick will pop up though, because I still haven't seen her.
But you know what? That could be the door opening to the next song.
So Facebook. I started off with High Five, MySpace. Believe it or not, I still have my MySpace, and Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and trying to sell a product. And it's nowadays everybody can build a studio in the basement and make music and sell. So you have to distinct yourself from the whole lot. What makes you special, and what makes you special from this rapper or singer or producer or what have you. So you go to my social media and you see it for yourself.
Oh man, I totally agree with that. And Kweso, I want to thank you so much once again for being our special guest on today's Lady Flava TV show right here on Win TV. Thank you so much once again, sir. You have a wonderful career. God bless.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful and safe weekend. God bless.